Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Powering Through the Movie Mill. Not the rumor mill, the movie mill. I'm here with my very good friend, Ryan Power.
Howdy.
And we are doing another Marvel movie. We're keeping up with that theme that we had with Doctor Strange, of course, last week. And we're going to knock off another one off my list. I think it's the only other MCU movie on my list.
Other than Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which is currently in cinemas, I saw it this weekend. And
I forgot that was on my list.
But
so we're gonna knock off Ant-Man.
So for me, for those that know, I've seen this movie once. I watched it on Netflix, I believe it was, when it came on Netflix, and didn't really have a lot of expectations for it. So I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see how I think of it on a second viewing. I didn't really give it much thought at the time because, it's a thing. It's a movie. It's another one of these. Even as someone who follows the MCU, there's, unless it's something big or awesome or crazy or something for some other reason to get me excited, it's not like I go into everyone going, this is going to be the best thing ever. It's more like, okay, let's see what this is like. So yeah.
I do think, I didn't really want to see it in theaters.
Yeah. These are the ones that I don't like to see in theaters.
And it came during a time where I was starting to kind of get out of the Marvel stuff again. I was starting to get a little tired. 2015 was kind of that dead year for me in Marvel.
Yeah, you weren't a big Avengers 2 fan.
Not really.
Although a lot of people, I think a lot of people also share this opinion, but Marvel really made Avengers 2 seem like a better movie in hindsight after paying off, after Civil War and paying off some of those, overarching story arcs that they were building, specifically with Stark. But yeah, I'm with you. This was like, I watched this well after, obviously I waited till it was out on Netflix, which usually doesn't happen till a period after they are available on DVD and Blu-ray. Speaking of, you'll see a link in the description of the video that I'll show you where you can check out to get the movie, from legitimate sources, iTunes, PlayStation Store, or whatever.
I believe it is on Netflix.
I believe it's still on Netflix as well. We're currently watching the Blu-ray. We both went out and got the Blu-ray. So where we're paused at is just as the first shot building opens right at the beginning of the movie.
So as soon as it pops up, that's there's a little bit of a pause with the black screen, then it goes right to the kind of a weird looking building. That will be the starting time for us. So I guess we could probably count it down. I believe we covered everything. We can, of course, talk through the movie as well, as we always do. So feel free.
If you don't know what this feature is, go check out some of our previous videos. It's essentially
we've done
just us getting
Force Awakens, Rogue One, and Doctor Strange so far. So this will be the fourth episode. So feel free to pause this whenever is needed and get all synced up. And we'll be starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
8, 9.
Yep. Okay. 1989.
So I'm just gonna ask off the open here. What is your opinion of Paul Rudd?
I'm torn because part of me wants to like him, but to be honest with you, I've never really been a massive fan. Just my own personal issues, but I don't know. I usually see him in more comedy stuff, so I think that is kind of the issue. But I'm curious to see how he'll work in this role. I actually didn't mind him in Civil War. I thought he was pretty good. So
yeah, I'm with you there. I liked him. I liked his role in Civil War as well. Mostly because I didn't really expect them, and I actually really was not. I'm not going to say offended, but I wasn't into the Rudd casting. And then they just decided to present it as if he's actually Paul Rudd, almost like everyone. It's like a big joke that he's even there, like he's starstruck and everything. Like, and it's like okay, I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the casting. One of the very few.
Michael Douglas, on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Man. The voice alone.
So since I don't think you've you know much about the Ant-Man character. That is the original Ant-Man there, Hank Pym.
Okay.
In the comics, it's usually him who is a rival scientist.
So Michael Douglas is the original?
Yes, he's usually a rival scientist to Stark, and obviously in the actual comic lore, it's Stark and Mr. Fantastic and pretty much Bruce Banner. Like any sciencey type, they kind of have their own little community. Xavier usually sometimes chills with them.
There it is.
Yeah, older credits though, I think.
Oh yeah. This music reminds me of Chef, Ryan.
So, yeah. I'm going to say up front here, one of the things that I think makes this movie work from like a casual perspective, I feel like it's a Paul Rudd movie. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Speaking of Paul Rudd,
I don't know if he likes that. Oh. What a no-sell. I don't think I was smart, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was a respect thing.
Okay then.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something about this movie I just didn't appeal to me.
To be fair, I
I
understood why they went the casting direction they did, because they were setting him to be the second Ant-Man, who in the comics is a thief, right? He is kind of more of a Nathan Drake, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Kind of wisecracking.
Yeah. But not super strong, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, there's that's all that matters. You got the van.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that actor too.
There's that big thing about the MCU, and one of the reasons why it's so successful, in my opinion, is so many great side actors that everyone likes from other things. Like they don't.
Well, so many of them want to have one of the credits on their list. Like, I don't know, if I were an actor, that'd be like
I'm sure this is widely covered by now, but obviously Stallone and Kurt Russell in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it's like there's just no. Yeah. Oh. See, I would figure Paul Rudd works at Baskin Robbins, right? Like, he just looks like that type of guy.
He fits in there. Yeah. Never been to a Baskin Robbins. They're not big in Canada, I don't think. They're more of an American chain, aren't they? Great customer service.
Dude, the guy came into Baskin Robbins and kept asking for whatever's hot and fresh. Look at this guy. He is the manager of a Baskin Robbins. Like, that's who they got.
He does. He looks like the type of guy who started out when he was 16 and just stayed there.
Yep.
Look, his tie is even pink and blue.
Oh, that's probably mandate.
Oh, man. Oh, what?
Wow. The mango fruit blast. He did.
What a great firing. You know what? If you're going to get fired, that's the best way to get fired. I mean, who does not want a mango fruit blaster?
I'll just take whatever's hot and fresh.
That's true. Like a hot pretzel with honey mustard to dip in it.
It's like people just think they could go to any establishment and define what you make them.
If you aren't syncing up the movie with us and are just listening to us talk, you must think we're the weirdest fucking idiots right now.
Yeah.
So I hope you're watching the movie with it.
I mean, that's the idea,
I love
isn't
this actor so much. What is this actor's fucking name?
Oh, I always forget it.
God.
Oh yeah.
Michael Pena.
Also,
Pena.
I'll just point out right there, that was T.I., rapper.
What?
Yeah, T.I. There's not that guy. I'm obviously.
Well, I know he's black. Oh, that guy. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Michael Pena. He's in The Martian, actually. He's great in that. He's also in classic Mark Wahlberg movie Shooter, which actually is probably one of his better roles, in my opinion.
I'm not going to get into Mark Wahlberg.
But it's a decent role for him. He doesn't talk at all, just looks stern. Best Mark Wahlberg movie ever, probably The Departed.
That's not a Mark Wahlberg movie. That's a Martin Scorsese movie with Mark Wahlberg in it.
Hold on. I'm saying the best role for Mark Wahlberg's ever been in is probably the one in Departed.
We're not getting into Mark Wahlberg. All right.
For those who don't know, he hates Mark Wahlberg.
Scott Lang. That's his name, by the way. If you didn't know.
It's not quite Dave Lang, but...
No. They're related. I mean, he's a thief, and in a way, Dave Lang steals people's money for a game that literally has one move. So...
That's okay, though. Michael Douglas, on the other hand.
Yeah, Dr. Pym. So there's this thing that they're doing in the MCU, and they constantly do it now. It seems like Stark's rivals is like a thing. Like rivals of the Stark Foundation.
Yep. Is Dr. Pym one of them?
Yes. They have a history. And obviously, if you've seen the Spider-Man Homecoming trailers, it looks like that's also leaning like Vulture is another guy. It's like, and I don't know. That's a neat little thing, I guess, because if, a weapons manufacturer suddenly turned environmentalist and became a world's famous superhero, all with money, a lot of other people probably who have money would start doing things, right?
Yeah. For House of Cards fans, you'll recognize this guy.
Yes, he was great in the first season.
He was great. Yeah, there is a lot of big time side actors, like big time actors who do the side roles. And he's like Robert Redford was in
Cap 2, yeah.
I love it.
And that just keeps continuing, right? We got Jeff Goldblum in Thor 3.
Yep.
I always forget where I've seen this guy from. I always feel like it's some like movie where he's a possessed stepdad. I don't know. Oh wait, weird. He might have been the... Never mind, that's a creepy thing. I think he was the dad in some Elisha Cuthbert movie.
Well, he was in Insomnia.
I haven't seen that in a while. So I think it was supposed to be a big deal that the name on the building says Cross, not Pym. I don't know.
You could even say an ant.
Shield. Murder, murder, murder.
What a clever name. Who came up with that? Stanley in this movie.
I mean, come on.
Apparently, Guardians 2 is supposed to be his last.
I am not going to comment on that. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
They do a thing that could make it so that that would be the case, and it would be like, it would even make sense within universe. Yeah.
I'm guessing he makes a bad guy.
Does he seem villainous to you in some way, really?
I don't know. He seemed kind of good, but I'm starting to get a little bit of a villain vibe to him. Just a thought.
Bald business type?
Oh wait, hold on. Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a villain.
That is.
No one likes Yellow Jackets.
All right, they went that way with it.
I love it.
They should have a longer conversation. Ominous music. Still with me here?
Oh, I sure am. Just was grabbing a little drink.
Oh, no worries. You could have said so.
Oh, you know. I could still hear the movie, so I was just grabbing a drink in the corner of my room. Part of me was kind of hoping Michael Douglas would be the bad guy.
Oh, come on.
Uh-oh. Not this guy, that's for sure.
See, it's such a Paul Rudd role. The way they write it anyway. Of course, estranged daughter, no longer the actual father. You know.
Let me guess, he's gonna want to do it to make.
And of course, Ray Romano's brother is.
Oh my god!
Is the stepdad. I'm right? That's Ray Romano's brother, right? Who plays Ray Romano's brother in the show?
I don't think so.
It looks like him, doesn't it? Maybe I'm mistaken. Everyone's
pretty sure. What's his character's name in this?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Bobby Cannavale.
If not, he's a lookalike, I swear. Doppelganger.
He's definitely not. Yeah, that's Bobby Cannavale. He's in Boardwalk Empire.
Okay. Also, that's Judy Greer, which
you might also
doesn't this just seem like a Paul Rudd movie? It's just like his life is out of this Paul Rudd rom-com.
I'll add this too. The guy you're saying you think's Ray Romano's brother, he's in Chef.
Ah.
He's
there you go. Yeah,
friend
yep,
of
yep,
his.
yep. That's where I knew him from.
I see a resemblance, so I know what you mean. I mean, that seems simple enough.
Yep.
I think that's fair. Respect. I mean, that's a nice looking vehicle.
Hey. It's his boy's van. Got to keep it.
I'm not kidding. It's a nice looking vehicle.
So weird. Anyway. Well, that was awkward.
That's why you close the door.
But he didn't hear him come in, obviously, so how did he do that?
He was obviously the Yellow Jacket when he came in.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh.
You couldn't tell that guy was going to get murdered at all.
I thought he was going to become the Ant-Man.
Yep, he was the main character. This Paul Rudd, he was the main character. This Paul Rudd movie's just happening in the side.
Yeah, maybe Paul Rudd's actually the side character. It's like a little bit of writing going on here.
Yep. Look how casual this guy is. He's like, I just murdered him. Now I'm out to dinner.
He's such a great psychopath, though. He could be Lex Luthor.
Yes. Isn't what this role is kind of like?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda.
Different universe. Of course, his name is Darren. What a name.
What a Darren name.
I know. Doesn't he look like a Darren?
Gosh, Darren Cross. His last name is Cross. It means he's very cross.
Also, his first name is Darren.
Darren.
That name is so villainous.
Name a good Darren.
I wish there was a villain name just like Roger Smith. Just give me the most average villain name.
Steve Smith.
No. Steve Rogers is a name, so you can't do Steve Smith.
That's true. How about Bob Smith? Oh yeah, Michael Payne is all excited. I never understand this. You get out of jail, you're gonna go commit more crimes.
Yeah, because you have. Okay, we're not gonna get into. We're not gonna get into this here.
There are opportunities.
We're not gonna get into this here.
I worked with.
We're not gonna get into this here. Jail. That's cool.
I'm just saying it's in a lot of movies.
It is, but there's truth to it.
There certainly is.
There's some truth to it. So I'll say. Anyway.
I don't know. I feel like if I came out of jail, I wouldn't be. I'd be too afraid to go back. But then again, depends how you like jail.
Well, it's not just that. It's there aren't always opportunities.
I mean, there is. You have to look in the right places, though, and unfortunately, a lot of it's hard to get into.
Also, we're missing this epic Michael Pena scene.
Oh, we're not missing it.
The way he tells those stories. Phew.
Guessing the old man is Michael Douglas.
That might be a fair assumption.
But that he purposely tipped him off?
Listen, T.I.'s involved. That's what you need to know.
That's true. You know what?
This guy, he's involved. He's got a weird haircut. Him and Skrillex are good friends. I don't know. That's probably not a Skrillex haircut. I don't know.
That's not remotely a Skrillex.
Is the Skrillex haircut then like Sombra?
The Skrillex haircut is the like long hair.
Yeah, so it's like
Sombra. Sure.
Like, yeah, okay. You know.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember her hair.
They're doing hacking stuff.
I am Russian. Listen to my accent.
Like just this low-rent techno-geek version of like Oceans. That's what his crew looks like. They got their people. Including the obligatory rapper inclusion, which is obviously all the rage. I mean, just look.
I mean, how do you not have T.I. in a
Listen,
movie?
I mean, if Fast and the Furious is doing Ludacris, they counter. T.I. What do you got?
I like T.I. more, personally.
What do you got?
Didn't Fast and Furious also do like a little Bow Wow or whatever in
number
the Japan one?
Number 3.
It's the only one I've seen.
I don't know. The obligatory include rapper thing is weird.
Man, Fast and Furious on my list. That should be next.
Just I don't think there is a rapper in the first one, actually. The first one's literally just muscle cars. It's just all about cars.
It's muscle cars, a dead guy, and Vin Diesel. I can't, and I don't mean disrespect. I just can't remember the guy's name.
You've seen it?
Paul Walker. It's Paul
You've seen
Walker.
it?
No,
Oh, okay.
I know who's in it.
Yeah.
It's Paul Walker. So.
Hey.
I think we can both agree that Vin Diesel's the star. His best role, certainly.
Oh, you haven't seen any of them? Yeah.
I've only seen Tokyo Drift.
I mean,
which I've heard is the worst.
Some people think it's the best.
Okay.
I think it's an interestingly move. I don't know. My favorite is 5 and 6. After that, I'm not gonna rank them because I think there's a lot of stinkers.
Which one did The Rock come in on?
5. I haven't seen 8, but I thought 7 was trash.
I know some people really like The Rock in it.
Listen, the reality is some people really like The Rock.
That's true. I mean, like, I get it.
Oh man, did he just makeshift a fingerprint here?
Yeah, he totally did, which is kind of awesome. Like, I won't lie, I kind of once loved The Rock, but that was more like early 2000s.
But The Rock isn't in Ant-Man, so
That's
you
true.
know who he is? Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, the Stone Cold Steve
Also,
Austin of the MCU. I was gonna say that save looks tough as hell again. Oh, jeez. I was gonna say, put some ice on it.
Great line, Penna. Makeshift solution again. Although it's kind of handy that he had all the tools sitting right here.
This guy's the poor version of Iron Man.
Also, but why were all the exactly everything he needed just happened to be sitting right in the safe room?
Because obviously Michael Douglas wants him to break in.
I don't know. That just seems a little convenient, Chris. What? You're blowing a bag up? You know, Mr. Freeze would have had this done by now.
I mean, that's not a fair comparison, right?
Yeah, because he's a real super villain. He's got real powers. He has a freeze gun. That was easy. Also, that is an actual ant holding a... Or is it an actual ant? Is it? I don't remember. Is it supposed to be a robot ant?
Oh. Oh. Don't shrink it.
Don't worry, they won't.
Don't kill it either.
I don't know about that. But there is a difference. You're also using a baby sheep.
I like sheep.
They're just like, what animal can we get that everyone will just be like, what are you doing?
Well, at least it's not a dog.
Oh, yeah, that'd be horrible.
Oh, no. No. You killed the baby sheep.
No, it's the goop.
Yeah, it's goop, Ryan. This guy's a monster. Wow. What's next?
More sheep.
A bear?
Just kill all the sheep. Haven't you heard about the massive sheep overpopulation?
This is what they'll do in places like India and China are just overpopulated.
Yep. Oh, he took the suit.
I mean, I assumed he did.
What a coincidence. Why would he do that? Probably because it's got vials of blood in it.
That's not blood. That's fruit punch.
This guy's just like, man, is this dude a biker vampire? Is it Blade? Wesley Snipes walks in. That's my fucking jacket, motherfucker.
I mean, I'd be totally cool with that.
Just cuts his head off. That's it.
I'm all down for that. That's another... I've never seen Blade.
Yeah, they're not in this canon, obviously.
No, I know.
Blade's kind of like, if you've seen Buffy and Angel, that's kind of what it is.
I like that.
As in, it's like, you know, he deals with the underworld and gangs in the underworld that have formed, and they're like demons and hellfires and satans and that type of stuff.
Hellfire and Brimstone?
Yeah, Kane. It's got to be.
It's got to be Kane.
It's got to be. All right, hit the buttons. That's the first thing you got to think to do.
There could have been better places to do that.
Also, I'm going to say this right now. The fact that there has not yet released a VR video game where it literally does this with your perspective, what are you guys missing out on?
I will say this is, like, kind of cool. Like, the different perspective you have that close is pretty sweet.
So since you've seen Civil War, obviously he cannot go giant.
Mm-hmm.
He can, but that's later. The suit can, but later.
You don't want to, generally. Oh, no.
They kind of lean into this in a goofy way that I thought was, you know, it's a little charming.
Run! Meal cereal, that was the best case scenario.
Truth. There's like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibe to this too, right? Like,
yeah. I still love those movies.
Yeah. Rick Moranis was fun in those. Truthfully, though, if this all did actually happen, he'd be dead. Something. I mean, this would kill him, right? Wouldn't it?
I don't know if he'd get killed.
Unless the implication is that the suit is so.
Uh-oh. Since when did mice become dogs? Oh, I thought that was going to be Stanley.
That would have been a great. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I don't know. Would you keep it? You're in that situation.
I don't think I would enjoy that experience, so no.
No, you would probably feel like you were about to die every time you did it. See, such a Paul Rudd line.
It's true. I wonder who's going to bail him out.
Oh, they were.
Sir Michael Douglas.
Also, yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
What, ants?
Yeah.
Oh, of course everything was coincidence because he planned it from the beginning.
Called it.
Also, hilarious how we just go completely quiet the moment Michael Douglas starts talking. Huh. Weird. Certain actors just command scenes or something, I guess.
That's true. I mean, Michael Douglas is great.
He is.
So.
He's a fantastic actor. Well, what's up, Bug?
Step on it.
So he's going to get bit by a radioactive ant. And,
I mean, that's... Never heard that before.
No, he's not. I'm kidding. It's obviously just a suit. Hey, fans of The Wire. We'll know this guy. Avon Barksdale. In an interesting role for his character. He was a kind of a thug in The Wire. On the streets, mean streets of Baltimore. This man. Oh, the prisoner's gone. Also would explain the reason why they had to cover up his head when they traveled with him.
Mm-hmm.
In Civil War, I mean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he's, you know...
I didn't even think about that.
He's a prisoner. It even has a, what's it called? A harness. A saddle, you know?
Yep, I got you.
Lots.
Well, Avengers thing there.
Hmm?
The newspaper said who to blame for whatever they were in Avengers 2. I can't remember how to say it.
Oh, the city that fell, yeah.
Sokovia.
Sokovia.
Sokovia, that's it. So the newspaper said, who's to blame for Sokovia?
That's what all the pundits are saying at the time. Oh. Hi, that's not creepy. You don't want to trust people who do that. It's not common, also. Can you tell that Dr. Pym is into ants?
I don't know.
He's like, yeah, who dressed him? That's weird. They're just everywhere in the house. Just a little. I mean, it would make sense for him to watch thieves, right? Because that's kind of the best thing you can do with the suit.
That's true.
Sneak around, do stealthy things.
It's kind of cool.
Yep, he's into ants. That's his thing. It is neat, though. Such a Paul Rudd response. Here's my tech lab.
I mean, I've seen better.
Yeah. The Batcave, anyone?
I mean, Stark Industries.
Yeah, well, he's got suits of Merc armor.
I know. It's awesome.
Here is where we're setting up all the pseudo-logistical consistencies of how the suit does what it does.
I've heard Falcons in this movie. Is that true?
Oh, maybe, yeah. I'm trying to remember now. Like I said, I only saw it the once. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Falcon's my boy. Breaking a place, yeah.
Indeed.
Better start to the movie than I expected it to be. I find the comedy's working pretty well.
Like I said, it feels like they just kind of put Marvel elements around a Paul Rudd rom-com. Okay. The daughter's got a little attitude, a little spunk.
She might be a future superhero.
Oh, yes, of course. Don't worry, in Ant-Man 8...
Girl?
I don't believe she is anyone. I don't think so.
Maybe she's, like, just gonna be, like, some superhero like Kick-Ass was, right? You know, following in the footsteps with no powers at all.
He did it.
Amazing. At least that one didn't die. Oh, what? That's just rude. Darren Cross is a good bad guy name.
It's a typical bad guy name. It's good, but it's, yeah.
Should be calling the Avengers.
Indeed. Yeah, just right now. Oh, yes.
Hey. I mean, Iron Man's suit's more than cute. Civil War reference?
No, that's Avengers 2, right?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying they lead into the whole people blaming them for what happened.
Yeah, but this happened before Civil War, obviously.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying with the previous thing saying who's to blame, right?
Yeah,
that's not how they kind of make it out in that movie to make them look like, oh, they did such a wonderful job. But in the movie since leading into Civil War, they show that a lot of people actually see them at fault.
Yeah, they do. Which is, of
leading
course, the
into
case.
Civil
Yeah.
War. Yeah. Oh. Don't piss Michael Douglas off.
Indeed. He'll have to act you. Sorry.
He'll have to act you?
He'll have to out-act you, which he will do anyway.
Okay. I mean, he's going to do it to everyone in this movie.
Yeah, that's what the statement almost says. Shut up. I'm acting here. God damn it.
What really happened was he was just like, I'm tired of listening to you speak. Let me act. just want her to shut up as an actress. Anyway, if Michael Douglas told me to shut up, I would totally shut up.
You're right. Oh, that's weird.
Now I want it to take a toll on you.
That's okay. Gotta admit, weird sitting stance there by Michael Douglas. His legs are so wide. Like, I mean, cross-legged almost, like splits.
I didn't really notice.
Camera needs to cut back. The camera needs to... The people noticed. That was weird. Who sits like that? That's not comfortable.
He looks normal to me.
No. Yeah, from the top. His legs are just not there. Michael Douglas is actually just a torso.
Still walks the walk better than anyone.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Rudd.
What's your favorite role of Michael Douglas?
Oh, geez. I would have to actually go through and think about it. I'll get back to you. End of the movie.
Okay.
Indeed.
It almost seems like they're trying to do a little bit of a Star-Lord vibe to him.
Yeah. For sure. See, I love how he doesn't know any of the technobabble of the actual suit, which is obviously kind of antithesis to the entire character, the initial character, right? Because in the comics, the first Ant-Man obviously is Hank Pym, right? Anyway, I would say favorite Michael Douglas performance is probably Wall Street. I mean, that's usually the go-to, but I don't know. It's tough. He's had some good TV as well, so.
Well, that's also true, yeah.
There's also a movie he's in that I am a fan of. It's not a great movie, but it's called Last Vegas. Sorry.
Okay.
It's also got Morgan Freeman and yeah, it's kind of the old man's go to Vegas to do a guys' night thing, a bachelor party, and it's like a Hangover clone essentially, right? Just with old guys, but it has some okay moments.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Robert De Niro is also in it.
I haven't seen enough Michael Douglas, to be honest.
Obligatory origin story training scene. Oh. Wow, she could take out Ronda Rousey. Although, let's be fair. I mean, at this point,
Anyone can.
yeah, no, I'm kidding. See, if I had one of those enlargers, like, you could just make the most ridiculous yard props.
That's true. That wouldn't have been my first thought for making things larger.
Oh, wow.
I'd make my house larger and...
Yeah, but it would...
Like, does it actually make it larger where you can have, like, bigger rooms?
Well, yeah, it would. It would just change. Everything would, yeah.
I would totally do that with the house.
Because it seems like if you was to do it on the sugar cube, it would stay as a square, right? So each side would be perfectly the same length. Because that's what a cube is.
Maybe make my TV bigger.
Make your TV bigger.
Yeah, I work at a TV store.
See, but I mean, the problem would be that I don't think if you were to throw it at the house, would it make all your appliances and everything the same size, or just the size of the rooms? And so you'd have to pull everything out of there.
Just the house.
Yeah. So then you'd need to get abnormally sized refrigerators.
That's fine. I'll just get a whole bunch of those discs. Throw it at everything.
All right.
Abnormally large couch.
Welcome to HGTV, as presented by Michael Douglas and Hank Pym. Oh, your house is too small. Look at that. Our reno work.
The opposite of those tiny homes.
Indeed. Probably.
Of course he is.
You're Paul Rudd. Exactly.
He's part of the Expendables, Ryan.
Yeah. Wrong universe.
Stallone's gonna come in.
I mean, he is. Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, and then
oh wow, just wait for Statham and
Stone Cold Steve Austin's gonna come in.
Terry Crews, Randy Couture, Jet Li.
There you go, Ronda Rousey.
No,
she's gonna take her on.
Oh no, that was bad.
A true Expendables movie. Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren.
I said Jet Li.
I didn't hear you say Jet Li. Perfect. Triple H will come in. Pedigree the Ant-Man.
I have a feeling Paul Rudd will be one of the first to die in Infinity War.
How many do you think will die?
I don't know. They might do a thing where, like, they should Rogue One it. Just kill everyone.
I mean, Cap's dying, right?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
One of the two, Cap or Iron Man, are dying, for sure.
They could just do, like, some universe-ending thing, though, where everyone, due to consequences, but then it starts a new universe, and who knows, right?
I could see Iron Man dying.
Yeah, but they don't have to kill it.
Cap.
They don't have to do individuals at that point. They could just do, like, a wipe.
They could. But I'm saying if they don't, I could just see Iron Man dying, saving Cap. I could see it. I know the sequel's name, Ryan.
Indeed. Because in the comics, Hank Pym's wife is also the Wasp.
Yeah. That makes me think she's still alive.
No. would then daughter not become? Remember, they've already we were kind of
true.
as is such with the movie commentary. We were talking when he mentioned that she could use the suit. That's why she wants to do it, right? Because she's a better fighter, better at stealth. Like she's the better candidate than Paul Rudd, obviously.
That's true.
But he doesn't want to risk his daughter like he did his wife.
That's fair.
Probably because she died. Yeah, in the comics, like that's kind of the thing. Is they're like a team. He's the labbie and she's the fashion girl usually. Indeed, death.
That's sad.
Sure. I mean, that's a superhero story, right? That is to say, heroics and all that. Ya, ja, ra. I'd be interested to see maybe in the sequel if they explore things like that, like the quantum realm, and because the smaller you get, obviously, right?
I'm waiting for Ant-Man to subatomically go into Thanos.
Yeah, that's the winner. Paul Rudd defeats the. Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious.
He goes into his body and rips apart his insides.
Goes to the subatomic level and recreates humanity without or existence without Thanos.
Yeah, Ant-Man's the one that.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's version, with the help of Michael Douglas in his ear. Michael Douglas just like, I win in the end, Stark.
Better than Jarvis.
Yeah, you're not... Why are you in this conversation?
A little bit.
I love this idea that all the jokes, like they did this in Civil War 2, it's like, he doesn't really belong here. This is just Paul Rudd, guys. I think that kind of fits for, there's too many serious heroes, so it's nice to have one where it's just like, whatever, I don't really care, right? Anthony? That's not a good one.
Cringe names.
That's got to be a cool experience, though. Running with a bunch of ants at their level. But also kind of scary, because if you make a misstep, wouldn't they just, like, trample you?
I don't think I'd want to run with ants.
Well, you know what? I like the use of montages in this movie, too. They know that you get what an origin story is, so they speed through a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said you kind of had an issue with some of that in Doctor Strange, though. Just because it didn't give characters enough screen time.
A bit, but I find this is doing a pretty good job of...
Less characters to handle in this, too. Just kind of Michael Douglas.
It really is, yeah. And there's less complexity to them.
And they don't need to spend as much time on Paul Rudd's life because it's Paul Rudd.
It's a lot of stereotypes with
whereas Strange kind of spent more time on Stephen's life, whereas this is just like, Paul Rudd's kind of here. Oh, you saw Avengers 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where this is in the timeline, by the way, after 2. I didn't know this going into the movie, too, by the way. So I was like, oh, this is kind of a neat... Your boy.
My boy.
Yeah, let's just use bullets.
You don't mess with Falcon. As Ryan knows, one of my favorite Avengers.
The rest of the Avengers like, really? You were chasing an ant? A falcon. See, but technically couldn't Vision stop him? By just, like, thinking it?
Yeah, I guess.
That's why it's not. That's why it's Falcon. I mean, he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's your boy. But he's still B tier. He's still B tier. What's up?
You don't talk about my boy like that.
Whatever they needed. Yeah, that's a good point. Mr. Cross. All right. Oh, he sees the plans.
He does. Uh-oh.
Darren Cross is here. Your boy from House of Cards.
He's my favorite character. It's a ghost.
You're welcome. He'll be there.
I mean, Michael Douglas is still cooler, though.
Yeah. I don't know, this weird subplot relationship here. For an origin story, It really doesn't focus much on Rudd, which, you know, some people actually were fans of that. Michael Douglas, deservedly getting a lot of screen time. So it was a nice decision, especially since he was the original, the character he's playing anyway. That's an annoying ringtone.
That's a very annoying ringtone. I guess that makes you want to pick it up, though, right? totally gonna be Luis.
Your boys. Yeah, boy. Dude, WCTI's Took, he's a professional.
Yeah, yeah. I sang songs with Rihanna. It's the moment where Michael Douglas starts wondering why he chose that.
It's just like, who? This is a rapper, and Michael Pena, and Paul Rudd.
Okay, hold on. Michael Page is great though, man.
I think that's the moment every old actor gets when they look around set and go, "What happened to the time?" You know?
Mm-hmm.
The shit. Yes.
T.I. with a great line.
Ah, good tech.
I mean, I think Luis Pena should be an Avenger.
Yeah.
Whatever his last name is. I'm going to call him Luis
I thought
Pena.
It was Michael Pena.
Because his name's Luis. Yeah, but his character's name's Luis. He should totally be in the Avengers.
Yeah. I think it's funny how everyone has their comedy sidekicks, too.
Him and Jon Favreau both need to be in it.
Although, to be fair, Cap's comedy sidekicks actually do fight and have superpowers, a.k.a. Falcon and
That's true.
Bucky.
Is Bucky really a comedy
They leaned
sidekick?
on that in Civil War, him and Falcon.
A little
With
bit. To me, they more leaned into like they're like the trio. They're the three musketeers of the boys.
Except two of them hated each other.
Oh, not at that point.
I mean, come on, Bucky and Falcon.
Man, they're sitting in a car watching Cap kiss what's her face's daughter, and they're just laughing. Like, they're boys, man.
Speaking of
They're
kissing
like
daughters,
they fight.
right here, we just saw.
Yeah, he does.
Michael Pena is fucking great. He just doesn't lose the smile. People are like, no, and he's like, dude, you can't break my stride. You ain't never gonna bring that guy down.
To whistle or not to whistle? That is what this cast will be named.
Yep, to whistle or not to whistle. The real question is how many of these side actors, and it's just not just from this, but like even other individual movies, how many do you think make it into Avengers 3? Probably cameos, right?
Maybe. I don't know if these guys will.
Yeah, but you could easily see.
I would be stunned if Jon Favreau.
But you could easily see like, oh, we're doing an Ant-Man scene, and he has to go get help. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's casual. It's a casual move. Makes it look like you know you're supposed to be here. That's weird.
That's kind of cool.
Surfing ants.
I mean, why not? It's just like a roller coaster.
A rope of ants. He is in.
You got a bit of an infestation
guys.
here.
There's your trailer line. Someone's just like, all right, we got it.
Attaboy T.I. Prime Surveiller. Attaboy Luis. Luis, the real MVP.
Whoop. Should have did that earlier. Hitman would have, Agent 47 would not have let that slip.
The real Hitman 47 is Luis.
There's too many alive people for that. He's just right. He's just giving him one punch. I haven't seen a fire axe tossed that way yet.
Yeah, he's playing it non-lethal. He's playing non-lethal. It's okay.
Grand Theft Auto time. T.I. did it too, of course. Just living into the stereotype.
I mean, why not? Oh, see, now he's wearing a new outfit.
Yeah, he blends in anywhere.
He really is Hitman.
He's worried about himself. He's still vain, even in the most dark times. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have looked good if the cops.
It might be this guy who looks more like Agent 47, but there's a real Agent 47 walking around.
I like to believe that there's always a real Agent 47 walking around, always, in every room, in every building.
That's true.
You just got to watch out for fire extinguishers and axes, and spaghetti and soda,
and punches apparently.
Yeah. He only knows the half of it. Hi.
Hello.
I'm executive government shady type.
I play Reaper in Overwatch.
Oh God.
Hi.
Now that needs to join the Marvel Universe.
Man, Reaper should be in a Marvel movie.
I mean, he'd be a villain, obviously.
No, I don't
Come
think
on,
so.
die. I'm pretty sure.
I'd be totally down for an Overwatch movie.
It basically is a Pixar movie already with the way they do their art. Not Pixar in tone, though.
That's true. No.
Oh, the nickname. Yep, he really did GTA around. Of course he crashed into a tree.
Uh-oh.
Time to get out. Oh. That's the vintage move. Did you learn that from Luis?
I mean, I think Luis would have knocked him out.
Of course, the cops have to be also represented by Stepdad, who knows Paul Rudd's character.
Yeah.
Guy from Chef.
Indeed.
That's a nice way to get explosives in.
Some Marvel ties.
Oh yeah, I guess, because Jon Favreau, right, directed Iron Man and is in them as Happy Hogan.
I love that movie, man.
Chef is a great movie.
Yeah, so good. I would totally do a movie meal on that one, but at the same time, we'd probably just be going all food.
Yeah.
I think I would need to make like all kinds of grilled cheese
every
before
time
watching
you watch that, you want a grilled cheese. Now or never. Were you looking for this? Also, kind of falls into the trope of a lot of Marvel movies. It's whatever, but most of the story after Origin is hero looking for evil thing to stop evil person, and then of course evil person gets the evil thing. That will lead you into your final act. Yeah, they weren't really it's not too late.
It's really not too late. I mean,
Is that actually a thing?
Oh.
And he's just like, this always happens when we make these shady business type deals, but I always keep coming to them. Get out of here, Jesse Pinkman lookalike. The ants always win.
I mean, that is true.
All right, now I'm going to get what I came for. Thank you. See you, bye. Oh, whatever. Oh, if those cops just leave him before they even cuff him? Come on. You know, that's one of the things I will say, though, that even in, like, some of the lesser Marvel movies, for the most part, I feel like their third acts generally are always pretty strong once they get going.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it's a visual thing, though, I think. I mean, the choreography and all that other stuff plays in it too, right? But it's usually just because the action is entertaining. Should he playing Call of Duty here? Your boy.
That's my boy.
I mean, look at the cross. Look at the hook. The body shot.
He's basically it, man.
He doesn't know. He's got to save the people he knocked out. Hey, he's a criminal, but he doesn't want to just blow people up, right?
Exactly.
He just wants to steal things.
It's another suit. That's true. There is a tank.
It's just a keychain. See, they took your strategy instead of what happens if we just do it with a tank.
Look, what a man.
What does that whistle mean? Or that sound? That
What
sound.
whistle?
Why do they keep responding to that?
That was his horn on his
sorry.
van. That's how What's-His-Face knew it was his van.
Well, there goes his bug. Kids everywhere. React.
So sad.
It's just an ant. There's about 800 million of them.
How could you do that?
Like, there's something to this strategy that I just don't get. It's an ant. You think your shot is good enough to hit it? Like, he's so tiny.
Yeah, that's kind of... I kind of agree. That's kind of a weird way to attack that.
Later, there was a building there.
There was a building there.
Villain time. I mean, why do people even get into helicopters in situations like this? You know you're going to crash it.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes for a good
That's
visual.
True.
And that's what counts, Ryan. There's nothing more important than the visual.
Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Like, you figure, though, they wouldn't be able to hire anyone eventually. Like, this guy's working with Cross and Hydra. Be like, we're trying to hire a good pilot, but no, everyone's just heard all the stories about how nobody comes back. What? Oh, yeah, this scene. This is a pretty good scene. They're in a briefcase. That's how, yeah.
Well, that phone's done.
Hi, family. Unaware of the events that was just been happening. He just came to see if you guys needed new car insurance. Well, oh, that's a perfectly good meal. We're just gonna leave our home.
I mean, that's rude.
Villainous screams. Cassie. I thought they did the look okay. I mean, he looks menacing.
Yeah, I actually think he looks pretty good.
Of the villain, I mean, obviously, Yellow Jacket.
Oh, I thought you meant the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he does look pretty menacing. I agree with you there.
He just seems so Spider-Man villain to me, though. Yellow Jacket, just as conceptually.
It's just the octopus-like arms. Yeah.
I mean, I think a yellow jacket is another type of insect, is it not?
It is. It's like a wasp.
Oh, this scene.
Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm like
Thomas the Train.
Yes, Thomas the Tank Engine, the star of the movie, the real hitman, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Michael Pena. Let's be real.
That's true. Michael Pena is starring as Thomas the Tank Engine.
See, technically, if they could all fight on this, there'd be no destructive scale. So they should just be using this tech to shrink everything they fight.
That's the end of
the Thanos just gets destroyed by Thomas the Tank.
Just runs him over.
That's a good ending. No, you make him super small and then get Clifford the Big Red Dog in there. What are you gonna do? It's such a goofy set. Then they're doing all these high explosive effects with it. It's
But then when they kind of cut away and give you like the long angle shot, it's ridiculous looking. Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah, yeah. Get fucked.
It didn't. Of course. What do you think?
Damn it. It's like get fucked by Thomas the Tank Engine. No, not Thomas. No. I like how they do this little sad little shot of Thomas the Tank Engine land.
You were hoping the tank would be the deciding factor and just run him over. Yeah.
Just back it up. Man. The sequel, Thomas the Tank Engine gets revenge.
Just a piggy bank.
Yes! Yes! Get fucked! Yeah!
A giant
Look at those eyes.
Oh, that's a...
He knew what he was doing all along.
You better watch out there, Detective Chef.
Yes, because that was a dog.
This is the stuff. It's like, wouldn't people believe all this stuff could happen in a world now where we've seen crazy, we're post Avengers 2 here, right? Like at a certain point, the public, like in certain regards, I recognize like when that family left their house, it's just like, actually that probably would happen in a world where you see superhero collisions on the news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Subatomic. Well, none of that was real. You're just hallucinating. That's the real story. Thanos is actually just going to show up and tell everyone they've been on crazy drugs the whole time.
Ant-Man definitely died.
But I mean, he doesn't.
He's definitely dead. Death
So
by
this is
tank.
like the subatomic.
Thomas the Tank.
See, from my opinion, it would have been really great here if while he was during this phase, just Stephen Strange, just like, "Hi, how's it going, bud?" I know what this feels like. Because if he can travel through dimensions, right? Couldn't he also travel through time, right? Yeah, he could do anything.
Yeah.
So, more trippy effects, though. Again, for me, when the first time I watched this, I was kind of surprised by some of this. It's not that they did it, just kind of how deep they went, you know? Like, this cool effects. Listen, I put this on my Windows screensaver. That's to the extent of what they're going right with trippy. Lost in the void. Just Dormammu shows up. What's up?
Can he make himself bigger? Is that what he's gonna do?
Yeah, but he's. And then they just recast right here. Takes his face off. Channing Tatum?
Michael Douglas is back.
Young
as
Michael
Ant-Man?
Douglas. They literally just go
What?
CG him. Thomas did that. Yeah.
That's not his fault.
Hi. Kind of a cool way for them to kill the villain too, by the way. Just like literally explodes into himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a shot. What a shot. Good job.
Sad Michael Douglas.
So it's about this point in the movie I realized I don't know if on their current track record they're going to produce anything that I actively dislike because it's been a while.
I actually like this movie.
Like I wasn't as big on it. It's
pretty
surprising
good.
how good it is. Again, they lean heavy into Michael Douglas. They're smart. They're smart for that.
The comedy really works. They blew up Thomas the Tank Engine and made him massive, and he ran over a cop car. It's great. And yeah, Michael Douglas.
So, I'm assuming for the sequel it would be him and her as Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't legally send him to jail for theft when the person who he stole from is actually his now mentor, right? Who doesn't want to send him to jail?
Exactly.
So now we'll just go back to a Paul Rudd movie.
It's a shitty cartwheel, little girl. What fucking terrible form.
So if you were to take out the Ant-Man experience...
I'm sorry. I did not expect
if you were to take out the Ant-Man experience from this and just... This is the setting of the Paul Rudd movie. What does Paul Rudd do other than be a thief? What's the angle for the jokes? Does he have like a goofy friend played by maybe like Jason Segel?
I don't know if it'd be Jason Segel. I'm thinking more like maybe.
There you go. There you go. Who's all edgy?
Oh wait, hold on.
Hold on.
There he is. That's amazing.
I love how everyone talks like Michael Pena when he tells the story.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a Spider-Man reference.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Michael Page is amazing. And of course, obviously, he finds.
Indeed, since you have seen the thing. So Edgar Wright wrote some of this. Obviously, it was touched up after that. Edgar Wright, for those who don't know, is the writer of
that movie.
Such films as the Cornetto trilogy. I'm sure you're familiar.
Yep.
That is the Nick Frost and Simon Pegg duo, as well as Edgar Wright. I'm a big fan of Edgar Wright's other work, to be honest.
I really. I'll turn this off.
There's
there's
probably going to be I think there was one. I don't remember. It was a while. I could Google it.
I really liked it. I'm actually a little surprised how much I liked it.
Again, Paul Rudd is not in that movie that much for how much you actually like. He is, but yeah, it feels like less of an origin story.
I kind of loved it. It was way better than I don't know how it did critically, but for me that was way better than I ever expected it to be. Like, I came in thinking, it'll be kind of like Thor 1 and 2 level, but it kind of was close to Guardians level for me. And you know how much I like Guardians.
So I think there's 2 post-credit scenes. Okay. Like I said, I thought one of the strengths was, and we continue to talk about how they just keep moving the Marvel movies into different genres so that they just feel like they're making those movies just that happen to contain characters, And this very much to me just felt like the inner workings of like a weird pseudo Iron Man mixed with a Paul Rudd movie.
That's where she gets the suit, I'm assuming.
She gets her own suit, of course.
That's a pretty cool looking suit.
So I think there's another one after this. I did Google, and I think there is a second one. I Googled, and it said something about the second explains. Second one explains, so I was like, okay, so there's probably at least 2. We can just go to the end of the credits.
I assume it's probably Civil War related.
I don't know. They're not doing like. Oh. Okay, I'll turn it down for now. So while we're at the credits here, yeah, you said you were surprised how much you liked it.
Yeah. I was. I accidentally skipped ahead to the
To what?
To the scene.
Oh, what time? What time is that at? We'll just go do it on the Blu-ray. Then, if that's how you want to do it.
For me, it's 1:56:19. So.
And since we both have the Blu-ray, it should be the exact same time.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, obviously, if you're watching on Netflix or something, it might be.
It's right after the credits are done.
Too...
I mean, and it's a post-credit scene. Lining those up is like, okay, we're good. I'm just going. So, just hit play.
Okay. Yep. Civil War, of course.
This seems like an actual scene from the movie.
I think it is, isn't it? Or no, maybe not.
Like I recall a scene where they met each other.
That is totally in the movie. That is totally in that movie.
Yeah, because he says, "I know a guy," and that's really like, oh, and then yeah. All right, well,
I'm almost certain.
We could probably get into rankings and all that other jazz later, but for now, I guess that'll be this.
We can make that our own movie, honestly, in terms of rankings. Once I see Guardians 2, I think.
Yeah, that's your next MCU.
Which I'll probably see that.
It's worth going to in theaters. I still like it enough that I think that's the that's the statement I would make. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I liked Ant-Man. Oh, it was just a quick little 30 seconds here. It was a lot better than I expected. The comedy hit more than I expected.
You know, we're kind of getting past this point, but we used to be at a point where it's like when you see Paul Rudd cast as a superhero, you're like, I don't know if that's a good casting because how's he going to do that? And then you see how they execute it and go, oh, you're not going to do it so that you make him fit the role. You're just going to make the role fit something he would normally play anyway, right? Which I think that works. Like that allows the actors to continue to play to their strengths, and allows these movies to really genre hop a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think it managed to really. I mean, the side characters were great. First and foremost, I mean, Luis and Thomas.
And the tank to be honest, again, similar to most Paul Rudd movies, a lot of the side comedic actors usually steal a lot of the scenes and are in a lot of them, right? That's always been a case of those type of movies. You know, people don't just remember Seth Rogen from like Knocked Up; they remember, his crew of people, right? Very much as well. This crew of people constantly works together too. So. Yeah,
you see a lot of them in it too. Again, they are a big part of the movie. They're not in, like you said, one or two scenes. They do actually take up quite a few scenes in the movie.
I would say side characters combined take up more scenes than Paul Rudd himself.
I would agree.
All right,
for sure. So yeah, that will do it for our 4th edition of Powering Through the Movie Bill. I hope you guys enjoyed.
See you next week, where we will get something.
Like, subscribe, all that. Yeah, we'll probably announce it on the movie cast.
I'm telling you now. I think it might have to be BVS. Sit on
Maybe.
it.
We'll see.
Yeah, it is.
It's a long movie. We'll have to make sure, because it's going to have to be extended,
obviously.
Right?
All right, we'll figure that out. Anyway, that's it for this week.
We'll figure that out.
See you, bye. 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 See you, bye.